Hey, it's love to be loved, and it's always love to be loved. And today we're continuing on with the Generation X pyramid, Generation X pyramid explained. Now, this are not different tiers than the last one. It's just I started to remember some things, and I put it at the top, some at the top that would people would be more familiar with, and and some things there's a good chance that uh, people weren't familiar with unless they were my generation. Anyways, to start off, uh, we have Star Wars. When it first came out, when they changed the subtitle to A New Hope, um, I was in that famous line, not the one that I'm showing on the screen, but my dad took me down. The line went all the way down the block. I don't know how many far down. I don't remember how. I don't remember how far down it was, but we stopped at a restaurant and said, "Son, I'll take you back when this dies down, just a little bit." But it was supposed to be for my birthday. I don't know if it was on my birthday or near but the date will be up here. Uh, anyways, and we also had the Star Wars. It started the Star Wars, Star Trek. Um, what's the difference type thing? How dare you? uh, and which one was better and all that. Then along the side of that, we had Battlestar Galactica, um, a hagtag, about a hagtag uh, group of people, whatever they were called, uh, to fight the Cylons and blah, 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 blah. And I thought all three were great. I didn't have a particular type of whatever. Um, then you had the PS the I think PSAs, the public service announcements came out sooner than this, but this is when they really started to be popular. Where's your kid? It's 10 o'clock. Where's your kid? Um, I forgot. There was this, the bunch of stranger danger, blah blah blah. Um, then you also had I think this is at the right tier. You have the leg warmers. I know I went from media to uh, clothes, but yeah, you have the leg warmers, um, and then I have underneath the leg warmers on the same tier is Spider Man. You know, uh, yeah, in the '80s we had the first. Well, in the '60s there was a Spider Man animation series. Uh, and the guy sounded like he was in his 30s who did the voiceover. I'll put the name up here. Um, anyways, um, and then you had the live action TV show, which I thought was great. Of course, I was a kid. I didn't know any better. I didn't know why it was cheesy or cringe or whatever. Then you had the start of the Superman movies, the uh, live action theater releases with Christopher Reeves, rest in peace. And then on the second tier, you have the BFGs, not the BFG in Doom, which is also part of that on the same tier, but B, the big F, the big F glasses, the shades that everyone, the Oakleys, the big ones that everyone, they thought they were cool. I think there was I think there was a football player that would personified the 80s. He called himself the boss. I forgot. I'll put it up here. I'll show his face, which team he was on. He had the mullet, the big glasses, the tough guy look, and all that. Then you had the Nikes versus Adidas. You know, the Run DMC. Run DMC is the one who made Adidas popular. So yeah, then you had also Pumas. So yeah, and at the time, for us poor folk, we had Vans. I forgot the other off, or not off brands, but well, I'll put it up here. So the Hush Puppies. There's a few other brands that, you know, the cheaper shoes. I think there was something, yeah, Payless shoes. That's also on that on this tier. Then you had and with the rock bands of the 80s up to the 90s, it was cool to wear makeup. It didn't mean anything. It just meant, especially if it was the extreme makeup of Kiss, you know, then it was really cool. As long as it made the parents upset, that's what mattered. Then you had the VHS versus Beta. VHS won until DVDs came out, until Blu-ray came out, until live streaming came out. But at the time, VHS, but you rented a machine if you didn't own one, and then you rented the videos. Usually there were movies. Then it got into some of the older TV shows, the reruns. You can collect those on VHS. All right. So yeah, there's that. You know, the video home system or whatever, or I forgot the name of the thing. I'll put it up here. You know, this is more for me, my nostalgia. I just wanted to talk about things. Then on the last tier, this is when skaters were starting on the rise. I got a skateboard, but it was a little tiny skateboard. But I wanted a skateboard. But then I found out the professionals had the big wooden ones that came out in the 80s. Oh yes, and then there was the skating rinks. I don't know. I think they still exist out there. And then what do we have here? My mom got me something that, oh yeah, OP, Ocean Pacific. OP was like the big brand name for clothes. All right, I'll talk to you later. Pause. Push the wrong button. Anyways, yeah, that was the contractors. I'm getting ready to move, and they're gonna fix some things in this house. Blah 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 blah. All right. Where was I? Oh yeah, the skaters were starting to come out. Then my mom bought me this members only jacket because she thought it would be cool. Not cool. And then let's see, BMX versus Mongoose. Of course, BMX was the nice dirt bike. That was the best. But the Mongoose was up there. But you know, but for a while there, it was Huffy that I could afford. No one wanted to admit that they had a Huffy bike, but almost everyone had one, because hardly anyone could afford the BMX bike. Then later for Christmas, I got a Mongoose, and so that, you know, at least I was in the top tier. I was able, able to brag about something in my childhood. Um, uh, then you also have the reel-to-reel film, the mini where you showed film. Usually the schools did it before they started putting things on VHS. And those were the reel-to-reel cases. Yeah, the film. Those are expensive. You didn't rent those. You bought those. Anyways, let's see. Men wearing earrings. I forgot what side it was. It meant that you were straight, or if you're gay or whatever. Anyways, man wearing earrings. And then there was these pins that you wore that you put on your jacket. You had to have a jacket. It wasn't cool to put on your shirt. But the pins either had inappropriate jokes, or you put it on your duffel bag or your backpack. These little pins, you put on your jacket, or it had your favorite rock band on it. So yeah, those were really popular. I think I had a few at one time. And then what's left here? Oh yeah, now everyone heard of the Lincoln, not the Lincoln. Everyone heard of the Legos, and the other off brands of them, or the other versions of them. But I also had Lincoln Logs, where you can make log cabins. Yeah, not too many people know about those. I was also thinking about the Slinky, which always got tangled up. Always got tangled up. And then we always like to write on our notebooks, or if we're brave, we have to write on our desks, or on our jeans, or on our denim jackets. By the way, that's the only way it worked. You wrote your favorite band rules, not their rules, but like they were the best, number one. Instead of saying number one, oh yeah, and we had awesome, bad. I think that still is a word, but it means something totally different. Like you have a really hot looking wife or girlfriend, a BB. I really don't want to use your imagination. What was the other one? Awesome, rad. Yeah, that's rad. And then at the bottom of the list is the grosser the gross, grosser and gross jokes, where you come up with the most disgusting thing. I really don't want to put that on this video. Anyways, if you like this video, hit the like button. And if you want to see my ugly face across your screen again and know when I'm doing another video, ring that bell. And remember, it's love to be loved. It's always love to be loved. Be blessed, and goodbye.